following podcast may contain explicit language not suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. One. So it didn't take long for our brackets to get completely destroyed in the New Japan Cup.
It did not.
So for those who watched the New Japan Cup bracketology video, you all saw us pick Minoru Suzuki, like, almost no question, against Yuji Nagata. Well, it turns out we're all fucking stupid. And that we underestimated Blue Justice, and then some.
It was a shock. I watched the match, and
I heard it was great.
Minoru Suzuki was literally killing this guy the entire match. And then he just pulls out, I think it was a German suplex or a back suplex, and then with a pinning combination, and just pinned him. Like,
so it wasn't even, like, decisive?
It was decisive in the middle of the ring, clean.
Okay, but it's just like it just happened.
Yeah, it was like, I don't think that's his finisher or anything, it just happened.
I mean, I don't know. I've watched Nagata wrestle a couple times, but, I haven't, like, studied his career a lot. He was in the NWA for the Crockett Cup. That was like a year and a half ago. But still, everybody, welcome back to the Shoot Style Sauna, episode 17. We're working up on 20, guys. That'll be coming, I think, in July. The Summer Style Sauna is what we're calling today, because the first day of summer it's actually tomorrow. So, we're all getting ready for a very big Rona season summer. As usual, it is hosted by the King of Shoot Style, the real sauna host, Stel. That is me. I'm joined today by a smaller cast, but just one person's not here. As usual, we have Eric. How we all doing?
How we doing?
And we got Schmidt. How we all doing?
What up?
Now, for real this time, how the hell are all we?
It's hot out today.
It is very hot. But Schmidt and I are right next to each other. It's like 90 degrees. Where we are.
Yeah, about that. My mom's like, go mow the lawn, and I'm like, no.
I like that.
It's hot.
That's a very good idea. Eric, how's it going up in New Hampshire?
It is hot. It is humid. All the tourists are starting to come back, which is great and not great, but
Are they being safe?
No, not as many masks as I've seen in the past.
Ooh.
Yep.
I'm wondering when New Hampshire will make it required to wear masks in public, like Mass did. And some other states are picking up on that. But we're not here to talk about health and safety and what you should and shouldn't do. We're here to talk about wrestling. And a couple things have happened. Going down some of the headlines, Backlash happened. It was actually, it started off kind of rough, but then it picked up. You can watch my review for the full recap. But just run down the card. Pre-show, Apollo Crews beat Andrade, and I thought it was a nice match. But,
Yeah.
Pretty standard. It's interesting to see what they're doing there. None of that. Role Models defeated Blitzcross Applesauce and Iconics in a very inconsistent match, I thought. Thought it could have been better in some spots, but then again, watched the review to figure out what I thought. Sheamus beat Jeff Hardy. Sheamus beat Jeff Hardy. I thought it was a great match. One of the more underrated matches on the card. Thought they told the good stories by some of the shortcomings that they had. Next up, we had Asuka and Nia Jax in a double countout, which very peculiar booking.
Very weird.
Was it supposed to happen? Was it not?
I can't. Know. I think it was, given what's happened on Raw since then.
Yeah, and then she just beat her clean the next night on Raw, just ending that feud.
But now it's like John Cohen went quick. They're gonna question this, and I'm like, just move on. Nobody wants this.
They should have ended that Backlash and move on.
That's what I want. We'll talk about that later. Braun Strowman beat Miz and Morrison, as we all expected, and it seems to be seizing dissent between Miz and Morrison, which is okay, I guess. But I wonder what they're gonna do, because they had the match won, but there's the whole thing Miz pulled them off. So I guess Miz is gonna be the bad guy here, and then Morrison the good one, like they did in 2011. But we'll see what happens. McIntyre defeated Lashley, and then another good match. Really enjoyed it, and the finish. Yeah, for the finish leaves us interested, as now it's looking like Lashley will divorce from Lana, as we all want, and the whole MVP stable.
Hey.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I think they officially done it on screen though.
They said on Raw, Bobby Lashley's like, I want a divorce, in full Vince McMahon style.
I like it. It gets rid of Lana, gets her off our TV screen so we can move on. As the MVP stable continues to grow, because now there's the rumor that we're going to get Apollo Crews in there too.
I'm cool with that. I'm all for it.
I think it works because it can help Apollo because he is developing more as a character. I think he just needs reasons for us to care more, aside from he is a good wrestler. We just need something more. I think something with MVP could help. He looks like he'll turn heel because of that.
he did some heelish moves on Raw this week, and he got a sneaky win. I think he held the ropes, but this is all coming after MVP came up and talked to him backstage and was like, "You need to start,
Oh, okay.
to win."
So they're teasing. Yeah, so it's a very on the nose thing.
Very big tease.
I like it. And then in the main event, Randy Orton defeated Edge in probably the best matches of those two's careers. I thought it was a very good. Exceeded expectations and then some. It was like it's a 45-minute match, and yeah, they tried. The whole presentation of it, it did make me question like a couple of things. Like, I thought it was very, very weird how it's just piped in audio. It's like, oh, we're in a stadium, guys. It's like, you're in a performance center. Yeah. Like, I could see just like this place isn't full. Like, I appreciate it, but like I appreciate it because like, oh, there are fans here, but like there are like 20,000 people in the performance center.
Yeah,
or whatever it would be.
The only thing I had an issue with was the crowd noise. It was just weird. It was like, why? Like, you haven't.
I guess to sell the big fight feel, but like
we can all tell what they're doing. It's just like, why?
Overproduction. It's WWE and their overproduction. We've talked. It's been a topic for years. It was not needed. I agree, but aside from that, the Howard Finkel thing was very nice. I really like that little effect. Then there is like the funny clip I saw on Twitter. Matthew showed a clip of like Samoa Joe commentating at some point in the match, and they pan over to him. He's not saying anything while his commentary is playing. It's actually super funny. It's so funny.
Oh, that's funny.
It gets like middle of the match, and they have commentary on camera, and Joe, you can clearly see Joe's not saying a word. It's hilarious. But yeah, full reviews on the channel if you guys want to talk about it. If you guys want to hear what I have to say. Other than that, thought it was solid. And we have Extreme Rules next month with a new logo, as it was revealed. Looks very Jeff Hardy style. I know Eric had something to say about that during our Zoom call when we were watching it.
Very Team Extreme-esque.
I mean, also the paint effect though from Dynamite. I think you mentioned that.
Yeah, I know. Yep, they had that like exploding paint stuff that they have on Dynamite. It wasn't exactly. It was more like sparkle stuff, but you could tell. Yeah,
I saw. It wasn't like as like obvious as like Dynamite does. Like when they have like a big move happen in the intro. It's like, oh, all the paint splashes everywhere. Here it's more like, oh, there's like particles around them, and I'm like, a bit on the nose there. I'm like, it's Oh, I also agree. I think it's very Team Extreme. Very Hardy colored, so it seems like Jeff will have a big match. I think they'll blow off the Sheamus feud there, if I had to guess, with like a stipulation match. But yeah, I think other than that, also more stuff happened on Raw than just MVP and Apollo. Christian has been a bit of topic of this week, as it looks like he is going to be wrestling again. How do we all feel about this?
Yay!
I thought it was just that one-time thing, and that's why they didn't actually do like a full match, and like you got kind of right off TV with the punt.
But like maybe he'll come back and they'll do like a proper match at Extreme Rules. They have time. It's like a month away.
All I want is a Edge and Christian reunion. That's all I want.
It's not gonna happen for 8 months.
Well, but Edge dare tricep, which sucks.
TLC. They do a ladder match, a tag team ladder match with Edge and Christian.
Well, I hope Christian doesn't like die. Edge, I'd pray for Edge's safety, but.
I wouldn't mind if Edge stayed away from the ladder match for this run. I'd totally be okay with that.
I think he might just do singles matches, or just like straight up matches, tag teams, whatever he wants to do. Because like he could still do it. Hey, we saw it in that match. He could still do it, and yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Like I think ladder matches he would rather protect his case of neck and anything else to be safe. But the guy's taken a lot since coming back. I think he'll be fine. If Christian does have a match at Extreme Rules, I think it might be a stipulation to protect him because he is older now. But still, like, the guy, it's still awesome to see him show up on TV more. And with everything going on, I don't know, like, what does Orton do now, though? He has the Flair thing going on because Evolution. Because, they're kind of back together.
Does he go for the title? Is he getting a title shot?
We don't know.
I don't
Not right now. Not now. I wouldn't do it now.
But like, he should keep this character going, and then then you have more than one big thing. So you have the champion, and then you have this character over here doing his own thing, making headlines, and so now you have two things to watch to watch.
Exactly, especially on a 3-hour show.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he could go back to the Legend Killer gimmick because there are a lot more legends now.
He kind of already is doing that. I feel like too, because he put Edge on the shelf, I guess in kayfabe. He took out Christian. He's with Flair's his ally, but let's see who else we got on this show that's been around for a while. on Raw. Let me think here.
I guess
Raw.
maybe Kurt Angle, since he's kind of hanging around.
He's I guess is he furloughed? I can't tell anymore.
Well, he just keeps showing up and stuff.
That's true. I don't know. Like he could, if Angle wants to take a bump for him, sure, go ahead. Because Angle did take a bump for Lars Sullivan, who remembers. We'll see. I'm curious by it, but because are they doing Drew and Lashley again?
Probably.
I think so.
I'd imagine do a stipulation without Lana there, and then you have the decisive finish, no distractions, and then probably Drew wins, and they do something for SummerSlam with him, maybe the Brock match, or they'll do Lashley and Brock exhibition. I don't know, because we know that Brock will be back for SummerSlam, because that's leading into our next point. Because speaking of Brock, let's talk about his advocate. Those who don't know, recently in the news, Paul Heyman no longer running Raw. This is gutting because I think we all agreed for a while that Raw was a very solid show, especially for 3 hours of what the direction it had. I thought it was able to make new stars, namely Drew was the big one. Their use of Lashley the past month and a half has been very good, and there's other stuff they've been working on. There's a lot of experience going on too. The Street Profits being the main tag team. Viking Raiders given some kind of character, even though it's a very weird change of the character. And yeah, they've been fleshing out their mid-card, pushing people like Garza, putting Andrade in a more prominent role, Apollo Crews coming from SmackDown and becoming a champion in a month and a half. But now it's with Heyman not in control anymore, and everyone's favorite, Brother Love, coming over to run both shows. It's concerning, considering SmackDown, not lately, but in the majority of this period, had some of its lowest points I've seen in a while.
Mm-hmm. They're just doing it just to streamline the process, I've read. But I think what they thought was Heyman is he's not creating higher ratings fast enough, but the thing is, something like this doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. You got to build stories.
Especially right now, considering everything going on.
Yeah,
because without a big arena, it's it's harder to gauge because it's hard to keep fans interested because they don't see crowds there. It's going to be kind of a turnoff.
Yeah. It's anyway. Usually, what happens is after WrestleMania that's when there's all these new storylines and kind of everything had to change when this whole pandemic happened. They had to change storylines.
Because that was at SmackDown, so the Roman stayed home. Other people didn't want to be there for safety reasons, which is fair. SmackDown side, Sami Zayn's also not there anymore, so they had to change the IC title course, which I think it's in a good place now for sure. But it did take a little bit of time. But yeah, on Raw, because like I said, they had the whole development of everyone being more prominent, other characters are being used, they were pushing all these other guys, but now all these stories coming out that AJ didn't like Heyman, so he wanted to leave Raw. The whole falling with the Good Brothers was a problem too with them, so AJ wanted to go to SmackDown, which happened now. He's now IC champion. Vince just wasn't happy with Heyman with how the show was going, ratings wise, but I wouldn't hold Heyman past that considering the pandemic. But I'm not Vince McMahon. That man is something else, to say the least.
Ever since this pandemic happened, we've had a lot more wrestling fans, new wrestling fans, come into the books, because I know a lot of my friends who never gave wrestling a second thought since their sports went away. They're like, I'll watch wrestling, and now they're just texting me, and they're like, have you seen Raw? And I'm like, whoa, since when were you a wrestling fan?
Yeah, I think ever since when they had Strowman and Lashley go through the Tron, last summer, that's when Raw had started the turning point. And then once they allowed more people to have be more creative with their promos, allowed to do more stuff in the ring, and all the push they give other talent, I thought Raw was always just it felt like a more complete show. SmackDown was more the entertainment. I'd say that was the more sports entertainment show.
Yeah,
and more mainstream.
Vince show.
That's more the Vince/Pritchard show, whereas Raw had a combination of work rate, had a combination of characters, had a combination of storylines that appealed to just about everybody. So yeah, that's why I thought that. And Raw's always seen as Raw's always been the big brand. It's the longer show, sure, but it's always a recognizable rank. It's what they've always had. And now with Bruce coming in, it gives that concern of they might go back to the formula. Which we will talk about the women's side later in the sauna seat, but on the men's side, it's do we worry for Drew? Do we worry for Apollo especially? What happens to the tag team division? What about the rest of the mid card? Will we see other talent take other spots that we're used to? Will we see someone Orton's case is fine because his work related has been very good, but will we see more part timers, maybe some more legends take more prominent spots? Will Drew be forced to lose the title against, like, maybe will Brock win it back? I don't know about that. You never know. So it does have that sense of nervousness, and we'll get to the women's side on the Sauna Seat at the end of the episode, but still, I don't know. Like, SmackDown lately has shown a glimmer of hope, and along with this Monday, because I think SmackDown lately has been better than it has been in recent months, in my opinion, even with the crowd limitations. But still, we'll see what happens. I'm going to go ahead with high hopes, but it's tough times, and streamlining the process might be a lot on like that one team. Because I think the deal was, like, when they're on the road, they were two different teams because they're going from different venues and everything. They're from different states at all times. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Sticking with WWE, let's go over to their Wednesday show, NXT. The main thing from this week, wow, we have a double gold dash coming up.
Oh yeah,
this is those who haven't seen. Yeah, those who haven't seen this Wednesday in NXT, we had more teasing of the Keith Lee Adam Cole match. They had a backstage segment where Keith Lee was like, "Oh yeah, Cross isn't taking the title from you. It's gonna be me." And then he picks up the hourglass and he smashes it, and I'm like, "Oh." Then he goes out to Cole comes out to the ring, cuts a promo. He mentions the North American Championship. That brings Keith Lee out. They talk more. They're joined by Johnny Gargano because he pinned Keith last week, because it makes sense that they're feuding right now. And then Balor comes out because he did mention Keith on NXT. They all argue, rabble. Then William Regal. Nice to see him again. Then when you see Regal, you know something big's about to happen. That's what I like about NXT's authority figures, that when they show up, you know it's big. He announces that next episode, so next week, we have the triple threat match between Keith Lee, Gargano, and Balor. The winner of that not only is the champion, they face Adam Cole on July 8th in a winner-take-all match. What are we thinking, and why do we think Keith Lee is winning both belts?
I kind of want Balor to win, to be honest.
But like, okay, but I don't want Johnny. I don't want Johnny to win. I don't want Johnny to win. No, absolutely not. No, Tim said he thinks Cole's winning both belts.
I just thought of that. I was just popped in my head. Is Cole going to win both belts, and then is Karrion Kross going to get both, or is he going to go after one?
I think Cole would have to lose one before he would lose the NXT title. Like North American, he holds for like 2 weeks and he loses it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
Yeah,
but it's tough because like Keith smashing the hourglass is sticking with me so much right now because Cross is also booked next week because he's fighting Bronson Reed, so I don't think he'll get involved in the triple threat match. But if it's Keith and Cole, maybe he causes a non-finish and both guys keep their belts. Or does he attack after the bell and then we have the title feud? Because that's what someone suggested. Someone on Twitter suggested that, which I think is a very good idea because you don't have to unify both belts then. But it's still a cool visual to have though. To have like someone make history of both the belts, but it's tough. But you could also go ahead.
Is there the argument that there is too many double champions right now?
Yeah, because we got Naito, we got Bailey. Who else is there? Shingo has two because he has both Never belts. Is there anybody else? Dynamite, there's no one. NWA, there's no one. ROH, I don't think so. Because we haven't seen them in a while, that's why. Yeah, I think it's been those two. Wait, Impact? Does Impact have any?
No.
Yeah, I don't know, because their world champion's not there. Moose is, like, acting as the acting world champion. And then the X Division titles with Willie Mack. Yeah, but it's mainly Bailey and Naito that are double champions right now. And Bailey only has... It's only a tag belt. But, yeah, Shingo has both Never belts as well. So, yeah, it's... I won't be surprised if they pull the trigger. So, okay, if Keith loses on Wednesday, they're going to do double champion, I think. But my thinking, if I had to predict it, I think Keith wins or Keith retains and then beats Cole, then has he either loses the North American title to Johnny down the line and then faces Cross, or you do Keith wins, Cross causes a no contest on July 8th. The SummerSlam TakeOver is a triple threat match between Cole, Cross, and Keith. Cole gets pinned by Cross. Cross and Lee feud ends with Keith winning.
They're gonna have Karrion Kross lose that early, even though it's a couple months down the line.
Well, Cross would win at SummerSlam. He can hold the belt for like months, for all we know.
Mm-hmm.
Get a good like monster heel run. Keith comes back, maybe he gets like destroyed to take over. Keith comes back like 4 to 6 months from now after that, and then beats him, and then Cross goes up to Raw or SmackDown because look at the guy, he's getting a major push.
Yeah,
like let's be real, he's probably not gonna be long for NXT. I think we talked about that last time, and that could happen. And then you have Keith finally be NXT champion because I think it's gonna happen one day. I think it's gonna happen one day, genuinely. We just don't know when. So Keith can hold the belt. He could probably lose it to this is like a year from now, probably like Thatcher or somebody else. That's just an idea. That's just someone I thought of. I don't know. He'll lose to them, and then he'll go up to whichever show, Raw or SmackDown. Mm-hmm. But I don't know what you guys think. Eric, you said Balor. Schmidt, you also are on the Keith side. Tim has said Cole.
I'm on Keith.
I mean, I'd be happy if Balor wins, because it's like after this, like where does he go? But Balor also has like enough sway that he can just like jump into any storyline.
Exactly, because there's the overlapping Walter threat, but we just don't know when that's happening.
Yeah,
especially since everything going on around that brand is kind of in the air right now. But we're not going to talk about that.
But it's just like, could they also do this? Have be a double champion, but not Cole? Could be Keith or Balor, or whatever. And then could they do like what they did with Tommaso Ciampa and Karrion Kross? Do Cole and Kross, so like Cole gets another big win over a former NXT champion. Even though he's not the champion anymore, it's still a big deal.
Like, does he beat? Say that again. So like Cole and Kross happens. So explain it to me again.
Non-title.
Oh, non-title. I see what you mean. So in this case, would it be Balor wins? So he has both belts, and then Cole has to do Balor. So Balor or Lee win both belts. Yeah. Cole gets squashed by Kross whenever it happens, and then that can propel him.
I think what would be good would be, so if Adam Cole loses, now we think, oh, now I don't have to worry about Karrion Kross, but then he still comes out after him anyway. It wasn't about belt. It was about
that makes
Cole.
sense. So yeah, he's beaten one great NXT champion, then he beats arguably the greatest NXT champion. And that puts him over, and then you could have Keith have like a couple months with the belt, or whoever wins in the end, and then they lose to Kross, and then he has the monster heel run, or just like the monster run, which it's fair. I think this booking is very hard. Like, I'm so curious to see what they do with it, but I also get to be excited because like July 8th is gonna be also a really hard night for which show I want to watch too, because like I want to watch Fyter Fest. It also depends on the card stuff for Fyter Fest, which we will talk about briefly, but we're not doing predictions on here. We'll think about it. What else happened on NXT? There's a tag match, which was good. That's just about it, though.
That new stable with...
with Santos Escobar.
Escobar, yeah.
Yeah, because there's the Drake Maverick thing happening. Because they put Maverick through a table, and now I think Jake Atlas is going to help out Maverick, because he said we'll get him. And then I'm like, okay, it's cool seeing Jake Atlas stick around because I did like him a lot in the tournament. I just don't know like how this is going to end because it's still pretty early. But I do like the whole Escobar stable. I do think they'll probably win this feud. But where do they go from there? We'll have to see. I hope there's more of them. I hope it's like a whole mob of them and they just beat everybody up.
Are they gonna go to the main roster and join with Selena Vega and like? I don't want to say LWO, or maybe they could do
Ingarbinales,
but I don't know if they could do that.
They could, but is that trademarked?
Well, no. Well, there's De Japón. There's the one in Mexico. And there's Mexico. One in Ring of Honor.
That's true. So you could do it. It's just like, aren't they also teasing Garza and Andrade feuding though? Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah, they're teasing that. It could all be a ruse though, and they all appear on Raw. I don't know. Crazier things have happened. I'd be cool with that though, because you can get Escobar, you can get Mendoza, you can get Wild, and then you get Andrade and Garza. There you go. I think it's a Garza twice there, but still, that'd be awesome.
I didn't know Joaquin Wilde was Mexican.
I didn't think so either. I'll have to look it up. Let me see.
Kind of looked like you had him get a tan and say he's Mexican.
I mean, we definitely know Mendoza is based off his character, based off like his prior. Let's see, Joaquin Wilde. He's Filipino. Where was he born? Let me see where he was born. He's built from Chicago, but where was he born? He's born in L.A.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not gonna assume things. I'm not him. I don't know his family that well, but still, it's cool. It's a great stable. I'm really excited to see what they do, And it gives the Cruiserweight title some really good importance right now. On the Dynamite side of things, ooh, man, I had a really good thing to be happy about this week. Ooh, on the Open Challenge, none other than the Stroke Daddy, Ricky Starks, making his AEW debut, and it was announced to be signed by Tony Khan. Wow, I didn't expect to see him on Dynamite, but I think it's an amazing pickup for AEW, especially for their mid-card scene, because I think Ricky Starks was somebody who showed a lot of promise on NWA Power. They put him over big. TV champion upon the title's revival, went to distance with Nick Aldis on Power, was always like in a big role. He's been there since Power's inception, and before then too, at the 70th anniversary show, and now he gets this big TV spotlight. He goes out there with Cody, has a great match, and even in defeat, it's like, you know, this kid's special. And like his character work is always entertaining. He is a good talker. His character, like he talks about, like it's such like the presentation of it. It's a lot different than like other work rate guys out there. But I'm curious to what he goes from here. I think he'll be in the mid card for probably a good while, and then maybe he'll get another shot in the future. Maybe not when Cody's champion anymore. But I could see him becoming like at least a TV champion, like in the long term.
I am a little worried that he's gonna definitely get lost in the shuffle, because I feel like they're just assigning new guys way too often.
Yeah, they are.
Like, look at Lance Archer coming with all this fanfare, coming off his great run in New Japan, and he had that little feud with Cody, lost, and now he's subject to matches on Dark.
Yeah, he squashed somebody this week.
Yeah, and which Dark is getting longer and longer. It used to be, maybe 40 minutes to
45 minutes to an hour.
It's now like an hour and a half, hour 45.
Yeesh. I mean, with no NWA Power, you gotta have like some sort of more wrestling on Tuesday. But you also have Impact. I forgot about that. Because you have Impact and you have Dark at the same time now, it looks like. Which is like, I feel like more people are gonna watch Impact. Because they're like Dark. I feel like Dark is just mostly just filler. It's just like it's just because all I see is like I just see paper. I see matches. That's just a squash match. That's all it is.
They do have Moxley on there a couple times, but
yeah, they did. I did see that. I didn't watch it though.
Squash.
I don't know. It's like they have a shortage of talent, to be fair, but it's also like you can't be doing this many matches, because after a while it's kind of like you're just going to see the same thing over and over again. I haven't watched Dark since I think December. That's like the last time I watched Dark. It was good starting out, I think. They did Kenny and Joey on Dark when Eric and I went to Dynamite. That was an amazing match. That was like one of the best matches they had on Dark. But now it's like they're just doing like these squash matches, and I'm like, oh, okay. But I don't know. It's weird because like my thinking for Lance is like, if Cage loses at Fyter Fest, I'm thinking for All Out we do Cage and Archer. You guys want to see Jake the Snake and you guys want to see Jake the Snake and Taz go at it?
Oh God,
that'd be amazing.
Oh God,
that could be fun. I don't know who wins, but that could be fun.
I'd say it could be a Monsters Ball, but that's Impact.
That's kind of Impact, and I feel like Abyss won't be happy about that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah. Tim's not here, but we'll talk about Impact stuff. The big thing from Impact that we talked about this week was after Moose's match on, I forgot who he was wrestling. After he won, they played EC3's music for like a couple seconds, and they changed to Moose's music. And more teasing of the return of multiple released guys and signings, I should say, because some of them were brand new to Impact. This one is,
we knew
go ahead.
Was going back to Impact.
Yeah, that was so obvious because like his career was made in Impact. That's where he was made. And like for other guys, let's see, it's like Rusev is most likely going because that Bulgarian flag. Who else we got? Gallows and Anderson, or at least Gallows. Who else we got? Yeah. Spud not anymore because he signed NXT. I'm trying to think. Eric Young, at least as like a backstage guy. I don't know if he's gonna wrestle. I can see him as at least a backstage guy. They tease fucking Don Callis on like Impact's like post show thing. I don't know what it's called. He teased Heyman, and I'm like, yes. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm like, there's no way Impact is getting. I don't know because he's not fired. He just got. He's still an on-screen guy. I don't know. He like teased him apparently. He's like, I work. He's like, oh yeah, I worked with guy in the bingo halls in '99 to '01. I'm like, hold on a minute. Who else could you mean?
It's Don Callis was a security guard for ECW because I literally just watched the One Night Stand from 2005, and he's just a security guard.
That's funny, but like, there's no way, right? He could be just working everybody.
No way.
It's an next to doubt.
I'll fucking watch Impact.
I mean, as long as Slammiversary ends with like not Tessa as champion, I'll probably watch Impact again. Plus, like the whole Moose thing, I think is hilarious because like him walking around with the TNA title, I think is so fucking funny. And I think if they do him and EC3 for that title, I'll definitely watch that. But we'll see what happens. That's just about it for the Impact front because there wasn't really much else this week. Staying with AEW, what do we think of the Open Challenge aside from the Starks debut so far? I think it's been pretty good. Allows other guys to showcase what they're all about.
Yeah, Cody putting himself over again, though.
I mean, do we expect him to lose this, though, right now? Like, to be fair?
No.
That's fair. Yeah. Looking at the card for Fyter Fest real quick, this is not the final card. So, to confirm at this point, it's going to be the Best Friends taking on Omega Man. We have Cage versus Moxley. We have Cody versus Hager for the TNT title. Shida is facing Penelope Ford for the women's title. And, the big one we learned on Wednesday. It's Chris Jericho versus the baddest man on the planet, Orange Cassidy. He's got the t-shirt, too. That's such a good t-shirt. That's a really good t-shirt. I feel like they're gonna put Jericho and Cassidy on night 2 now because of what happened on NXT.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the main event of one of the nights. But oh man, I wonder what's gonna be on each show now because I think you put the world title on night 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think you do tag belts main event. I think you might do the tag belts for main event night 1.
Yeah.
If you do, I can see. Do you guys think Best Friends have a chance at winning?
I don't think so.
I kind of hope so.
I can see it. I don't know if they will. I think it's a doubt for me. But honestly, I wouldn't be shocked.
I think FTR is going to take the belts off of them eventually.
I agree. I can agree on that. I think All Out it's going to be FTR versus the Bucks. FTR is probably going to win that because the Bucks have been super selfless in AEW. And then Full Gear, whatever the November pay-per-view is, it's going to be FTR versus Omega Man, and that's where FTR wins. Mm-hmm. And then that's when you have the fall between Kenny and Hangman. They'll probably feud for like the number contendership, at least for the world title. And I don't know who the champion's gonna be by then, but might still be Moxley. I think if you're not gonna have Cage win or an ex-WWE guy beat Moxley for the belt, I think they're gonna have it be MJF. Or if you want to play the long game, probably Kenny. I wouldn't be surprised if Kenny's the one that.
Yeah. Do you think Kenny would want a world title reign?
I think it's gonna happen at some point. I just think it's kind of thing you can't really write off because we saw how good Kenny was as a world champion in New Japan. We could see how good he is as a wrestler and how much like he cares. So I wouldn't be shocked if they give him a main event push years from now or like next year probably. And my guess is next year. I don't think he'll be champion this year. But I think it's going to be next year is when I'm going to get that feeling. And like I think a world title reign for Cody's going to happen at some point too, but that might be for forever. Like who knows when that'll happen.
Can't challenge for it again. He lost.
He's gonna find a loophole. I'm expecting it. It could be like years from now though. It's gonna fucking happen. Oh wait, what we got?
2031.
Turn the light dark.
But say I put my lamp on because like I was kind of like it was kind of a shadow on my face. You couldn't really see me as well. I don't know. I wouldn't be like I said. I'm not gonna be shocked if Cody can challenge for that belt because like. Maybe there is that. What gave me the idea of that is that whenever they do Blood and Guts, I feel like Cody might add stipulation to say, if we win, I can challenge for the world title again because he lost to Jericho. That's just like some stupid thing I thought of. Whenever this happens,
it's just Cody putting himself in the main event and like, he's given Triple H all this shit and like about.
It's a fair comparison. It's a fair comparison. I feel like Cody's also made new stars though.
Yeah, you can say that. You can also say that about Triple H too.
Yeah, that's true. It's NXT. Because like, Cody helped make Darby Allin right away. That's true. Before then, too. Like Jeff and everybody.
Triple H also helped make old Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton.
Everyone in Evolution. Mark G. Drake for a time, and then, well, that didn't turn out.
Like, he brought Ric Flair back from the brink.
That's true. He helped Rick out a lot when he was going through shit. Who else comes to mind? There's just a lot. The guy does a lot, but like Cody, but like AEW is still pretty new though at the same time. Like in the big picture, they're still fairly new. So I would trust Cody, but like I said, this reign could be like years from now. Like MJF will be the champion, they'll do MJF Cody for the belt whenever the fuck it is, like Double or Nothing in 2040, whatever the hell it is. We'll see. MJF probably like 30 by then, but still, it could be a while. I think Hangman will get another shot at the belt and eventually win it too, because Hangman has changed a lot since the All Out match, and definitely one of the most over people they have. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Looking at July, our pay-per-views are going to be Fyter Fest, which is more of a TV special, but it was supposed to be a pay-per-view. We're going to treat it as one. Dominion, which we'll talk about New Japan, I guess in a little bit. We haven't done that yet. Extreme Rules, and Summiversary. Announcement regarding these for the viewers. Predictions are no longer going to be a part of the podcast. They're now becoming their own videos, because with the channel finding more of its own identity right now in the form of doing reviews, discussions like the New Japan Cup, and these episodes of the podcast, we are going to venture out and do some other ideas. There'll be more on videos to come in the coming weeks, I'd say. But stay tuned for what's coming up. I think we'll enjoy what we'll have to offer. But yeah, going over to New Japan. New Japan Cup has started, and as we said, the brackets have already been destroyed on our front. Literally because of Blue Justice. Everything else was pretty spot on from us.
I think we can all agree that we'll just ignore what happened and just continue like it never happened. It doesn't matter. It
just happened in another universe. It just
yeah.
I mean, like, look, everything else. I think everything else we picked though was pretty accurate, because I think a lot of them we agreed on.
I got everybody right on the left side.
Yeah, they have the right side's next week. Yeah, same here. Because
I think if someone or a couple of us get it perfect through the whole first round, then we should all agree that the Suzuki match never happened, and Nagata just had a bye to the next round.
Like, I don't know. I'll have to double check and see. Well, it's literally just night 4 is the only like when we really disagree, because it's literally because of fucking Yoshihashi and
Yoshihashi and Bushi.
Yeah, it's the only one, because those guys, they're just the fall guys. I don't know. Yeah. Like, I don't know if Yo and Tunzan just win, we're gonna look so stupid. I'm starting to think about Yo actually might win because it's for Funky 3K. But look, I watched Shoto. I know Sho won't win against Shingo.
Yeah.
But yeah, night 3 is it Monday or Tuesday? Monday. That's when we get. That's probably the best night we're gonna have, because that's gonna have ZSJ and Ibushi, Tanahashi and Taichi, which is all right. And then who else is on that one? It's
crap.
I mean, literally Ibushi ZSJ is all we should really care about. But I'm laggy, so probably gonna be a no Meggies for me.
Brackets are up here. Sonata and.
Oh, it's fucking, who is it? Is it Sho and Shingo too? I think it's Sho and but Google, be my friend here.
It is. So. On Monday, it is Tanahashi, Taichi, Ibushi, ZSJ, Sonata.
Oh, the coach.
Taguchi, and then Sho and Shingo.
That's a pretty good lineup, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's a really good lineup. Night 4 is the weirdest one of them all.
Yeah, night 4 we got Tenzan Yoshihashi.
Yo and Bushi.
Yo Bushi, Kojimara and Evil. And Goto and Yujiro.
Yeah, like that night 4 is probably the most differences in our brackets. I genuinely think that. Yeah, but other than that, I think we'll see the bracket come more into the fold as we come up. Moving on to the Superstar of the Week. We should have mentioned it earlier, but this is probably one of the more easier ones, because based off his recent character work. To no one's surprise, it's Randy Orton. If you told me at the start of the start of this podcast in August 2019 that he would win Superstar of the Week, I probably would have laughed at you. But the guy actually is carrying more in the ring now, and is showing that he can really, really do good when he cares. So yeah, he had one of the best matches of his career against Edge. He's had some great character work, both like before and after this. The punt kick, he punt kicked Edge to a case of arm, and then he punt kicked Christian. And yeah, and we'll see where he goes. It's either the Christian feud's going to be a thing, or hey, WWE title. We don't know.
I wouldn't mind a Christian feud.
I hope it happens, like, because it's just cool. It's just cool to see Christian again, you know. But we already talked about it, so let's say something to add, Schmidt.
Kill switch, man.
That's true. We saw it. Well, Edge did it too, but they called it the Unprettier.
Yeah.
You guys realize that?
Well,
yeah.
That's Tyler Breeze's finisher.
That is true. I don't know why they did that on commentary. Yeah, it is. Also, Breeze Ongo lost to Imperium. I should have mentioned that, or Emporium as they called themselves. Which
you also forgot to mention the tag team match in Backlash.
Did I? Oh, right.
Yeah,
the cinematic match.
The cinematic, which I was a fan of, but it's
amazing.
It was. I was
so
a fan.
weird.
We all were like, "What the fuck is happening?" And Sam was like having a field day with that. I enjoyed it looking back, but like, what the fuck, man?
My friend called me and asked for spoilers. I had to explain that whole match to him. He's like, "I'm just gonna go watch it to see if you're telling the truth."
I mean, hey, you were, and it wasn't like that bad. It was good entertainment value, but like, what the fuck, man?
I think the best thing to come out of that is Akira Tozawa's new ninja persona.
Yeah, he's a ninja, and then he's got that 7'4" guy from the PC.
He just does this like.
He does. Is that racist? Or just
It's
stereotypical?
a Naruto reference.
It's borderline, I think. At best.
Yeah, it's a bit on the nose. Like, other than that, it was entertaining.
Though.
It was entertaining. I'll say that. I was a fan, but like, it divided a lot of opinion. Like, Cornette obviously is Cornette and hated it because he doesn't like anything fun. I think Tim said it was dumb, but I forget because Tim could have opinions on. He didn't like Stadium Stampede, for example. So
yeah, he's not big on the cinematic matches.
I like them for the most part. I think the weakest one. I think the weakest one was One Final Beat, but still.
Yeah.
Or no, Backlap Brawl.
Yeah.
Backlap Brawl. I'm an idiot. Backlap Brawl.
I still think the One Final Beat.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it. Look at that's the bottom two, if you ask me. But still. Ugh. Yeah. If I had to rank cinematic matches, let's see what goes where. I think Stampede.
Just from this year.
Just from this year. The whole lockdown era. Same Stampede first.
No. No.
Really?
No.
Firefly Funhouse for me was number one.
That's third.
Or the Boneyard match. I can't.
Boneyard match. Boneyard match. I like Boneyard match more. Like that's like my top three. All right, so so what do we have? We have those three. One Final Beat, Backlap Brawl, Backlash. If you want to count that. We miss anything?
I wouldn't count it.
So 5.
Cinematic.
What else do we have? Is that it?
Money in the Bank.
All right, Money in the Bank. Yeah, duh.
Money
in the Bank. Okay, if I had to rank these, I'd put Stampede first, Boneyard second, Funhouse third, probably Money in the Bank, then One Final Beat, Backlap Brawl. Probably pissed off a lot of people.
No, the correct ranking is Boneyard match, Firefly Funhouse, Stadium Stampede. What else am I missing?
We got Backlap Brawl, One Final Beat, and Money in the Bank.
Backlap Brawl, One Final Beat, Money in the Bank. I hated it.
Really?
There was some
Money in the Bank was meh.
Like, because Money in the Bank is like one of those matches that's like on Royal Rumble kind of tier. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. It's so exciting. And then they just kind of ran through a building and some old characters popped up and there was a
we saw Brother Love. We saw Vince.
I've heard a rumor about Money in the Bank.
What'd you hear?
But I heard that the pay-per-view might be going away and they might be putting Money in the Bank back on WrestleMania.
I like that, honestly. I like that. It was always that's where it started.
Yeah,
that's where. I think that's fine. Like it's having its own pay-per-view is kind of. I think it's weird. You don't really need it. It's all these gimmick pay-per-views not really having meaning anymore. Hell in a Cell got destroyed because of this.
The rumor was started because on Wikipedia it did say that this was
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. Anybody can edit that. I can go on Wikipedia and just say that.
I know, but it said that it was
say, like,
the final
JBL's poopy.
installment of Money in the Bank.
No.
I mean, unless WWE goes out of business, but no. Tony Khan's gonna buy it. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, that's just anything else before we move on. All right, anything else before we move on?
No, I think we're good.
All right, 1, 2, 3. No more headlines. All right, let's go back into the games that we have. Last time we played this or that, and we're bringing it back for another round. So I've written them down this time, just to remember which ones I do if I ever do this game again, which we probably will. And we're gonna go through some WWE related ones, some AEW related ones, and some etc. ones. So, simple one. I give the prompt. You guys give the answer, and feel free to explain why really briefly. All right, starting with WWE related ones. Batista or Randy Orton?
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton.
I never
Batista.
vote against Randy Orton ever since
Batista.
Royal Rumble.
Batista. He's like one of my first favorite wrestlers in that theme song. And he was always just entertaining for me. And plus, he also a really accomplished actor, but nothing against Orton. All right, next one.
I use this move for a created character, and I call it the Danger Drive.
This is fair. All right, Pete Dunne or Tyler Bate?
Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate.
Pete Dunne.
Yeah, I'm going to say Pete Dunne, too, even though Bate also had that amazing match with Walter. That's a tough one. Oh, this is a fun one. Let's go back to 2002. Billy or Chuck?
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Billy.
I don't
I'm going Billy.
I have to look these two up, goddammit.
I'm going Billy.
Oh,
It's Billy Gunn.
man.
It's Billy Gunn and who's
Yeah,
the other?
Chuck Palumbo. Chuck,
And
he used to be a
Rico.
biker. He was a biker after this gimmick.
In real life, he builds motorcycles.
Oh, so it's actually just him then.
Oh, Billy Gunn.
Yeah, that's easy. I think that one's pretty easy, but it's just like I had to mention Billy and Chuck. All right, women's side of things. Go ahead.
I was 2.
Jesus Christ. I was born. Well, so you were born a year before 9/11.
I was born 2000. I was 1 year old when that happened.
Look, man, Twitch does this stuff to me. All right, next up, let's go to the women's side of things. Okay, Bailey or Sasha Banks?
Sasha.
Rick's thinking
Bailey.
Bailey. Yeah, I'm saying Bailey too. Like, I have Sasha's actually my least favorite horsewoman, but that's not actually a bad thing because they're all great wrestlers to begin with. But I prefer Bailey more. I've always liked her more. Plus, the character lately has been very underappreciated in my opinion.
Yeah.
Sticking with characters. Basic economics John Cena or the John Cena from 2015 onward.
Oh, but there were so many good matches 2015 onward.
That's what I mean. That's the hard part of this. If I just said John Cena, like
making me choose between.
Oh, that's a good one, but the Dr. Thumb and Onwards is so funny.
that's what I mean.
I gotta think.
I had some fun writing these.
I'm related to this man in a way.
I worked with his mother.
John Cena 2015 on.
That's
I gotta
all right.
say Thugonomics.
I'm gonna say 2015
He's just
on.
so much fun when
Because like we had, it's a good point. Like it's not like the other thing is a bad thing, but still, it's like 2015 we had Kevin Owens match with the Rusev stuff. We had Sami Zayn. And beyond 2015 we had AJ Styles. We had the match at the Rumble with AJ. There's so much good stuff out of Cena. Plus he put Bray over in the end.
Yep.
So, yeah. I mean he died. I mean in kayfabe, but still.
He's dead.
But still, yeah. It's still tough one. I gotta go 2015 onward. All right. Ooh, stable question now. Undisputed Era or Evolution?
Undisputed Era.
Ooh,
Evolution.
easy one. Confident one.
I like Evolution.
Ooh, this is tough.
What do you think about
it? Era for that segment on Wednesday with the therapy. That was too good. Lately, they've been on a roll with their comedy sketches, but like they also are very accomplished and they still have more to do. Like if wherever they go beyond NXT too, because I do think they should stay together. I do think that.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Ooh, this is a fun one. Going back to characters. Nexus Wade Barrett or Bad News Barrett?
Bad News Barrett.
Bad News Barrett.
Bad News Barrett.
Even though the Nexus is my favorite staple.
It was so over. It's so over.
Bad
Okay.
News.
Bad News Barrett. It was so good. I thought it was a crap gimmick at first, but then he made it work. And I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Like
All right.
only Wade Barrett could make that gimmick work.
Exactly. And he still mentioned it today. He did it on NWA Power. He mentioned it, I think, once or twice, which I liked. Okay. Sticking with Wade Barrett in a way. The League of Nations or the Mid-Card of Evil? Mid-Card of Evil was Bobby Lashley, Corbin, and McIntyre.
Damn it.
League of Nations. Yeah, League of Nations.
Nations.
I'm going to say League of Nations. They were an actual stable. I think they did their job better as just like heels to put over the baby faces.
Yeah.
Going back to the 80s to 90s with this one, Macho Man, Randy Savage, or Jake the Snake?
Ooh, you're the Macho Man.
Yeah, Macho Man. Because like, then Jake the Snake had that downward spiral, but he's doing better now, fortunately.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Andre the Giant or the Big Show?
Andre. He was just more of the bigger international star. Like he
he had some mainstream appeal too. He was in movies.
Yeah.
He looked big movies
Big
too.
Show. Because of
Big
the
Show.
Big Show.
I was hoping someone would mention that.
And because he's had so many heel turns in his career that
he's just a meme.
Do you remember the night where he turned literally 4 times?
Which was that? He was a face lately on TV.
Turned face, then he turned heel, then he turned face again, and then he turned heel again.
Do you remember which night was this? I'm trying to remember which show it was because there's just too many shows at this point. Hey guys, remember he helped John Laurinaitis beat John Cena?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
2012 was a wild year. People power, baby. Let's see.
I was hoping that would never come back into my brain.
That was my favorite cameo in the Money in the Bank match, the People Power one.
I was big on. I liked the Vince one the most. The Vince one I thought was good. Going over to AEW, Matt Jackson or Nick Jackson?
Nick Jackson.
Ooh, I'm gonna say Matt. I'm saying Matt. I like Matt. I think Matt emotes better than Nick. Nick feels more like a spot monkey.
It's Hurt Back Mac. Hurt Back Matt.
Okay. Also, Matt also did like how many Northern Lights suplex up a football field to get a touchdown? He did a lot of them. That's another reason why I just like him more. Okay, let's see. Going to the Joshi side of things, Shida or Riho?
Shida,
but you see Steve Lockhart. We talked about them earlier in this one. Archer or Brian Cage?
Archer.
Cage.
Ooh, Schmidt with the easy one there. Ooh, this is tough. I'm gonna go with Lance here, but by like a hair. It's super hard to say on that one. They're both just so good. Okay, going to a show. I haven't done this one. A show-related one. The first Double or Nothing or Revolution?
Ugh.
Who wants to recap of the matches?
Can you recap Revolution for me?
Revolution had Omega Man versus the Young Bucks, Moxley winning the belt, Orange Cassidy versus Pac. It had the arrival of Colt Cabana on the buy-in. It also had... I'm trying to think what else was on the show. It was like an 8-match card. Darby versus Sammy in that really fast match that they did with the table spot, where you did like a 630 through the table. I'm trying to think. That's all I'm like immediately remember. There was Statlander versus Nyla Rose. That was like But like the selling points of that show were the tag title match and the main event. Everything else is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going for Revolution. Just
Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing had the arrival of Moxley. It had Jericho and Omega. It had Cody and Dustin. Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks. It had the Casino Battle Royal that kicked everything off. So this is a tough one. Eric's still thinking.
I'm close to saying Revolution because of the Pac Orange Cassidy match. Really, like
that was like such the comedy surprise. For a comedy match. It was so good.
So good.
It was like genuine.
I'd have to go with the first Double or Nothing.
It's too hard. It's so
yeah.
Because like the ending of it all, there's so many good matches on it. It's the same thing with Revolution.
The whole impact it had on the business as a whole. The first Double or Nothing.
That's true. I'm gonna say Revolution because I actually watched it. I actually watched it live. I didn't watch Double or Nothing live because I was an idiot. Because I'm not talking about that. Okay, next up we have Sammy Guevara or Darby Allin.
Darby Allin.
Yeah, Darby. Much nothing against Sammy, but still. Theme songs in this one: Battle Cry, which is Kenny Omega's theme song, or Kingdom, which is Cody's theme song.
Battle Cry, Kenny Omega's theme song.
I gotta go with Kingdom.
Battle Cry.
I like Kingdom a lot better.
Kingdom, but only by like an inch. They're both so good. They're probably the top 2 themes in the company. Okay, next up, we've got a match one for this one. Kenny Omega versus Pac in an Iron Man match, or Kenny Omega versus Jon Moxley in a Lights Out match from Full Gear?
That's a Lights Out match because that's the one I actually saw.
Yeah, I didn't watch the Iron Man match.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It was like I think it's one of their best TV matches.
I'm gonna say the Iron Man match because I did watch the Lights Out match, and it's just like it was a lot.
It's a lot of hardcore stuff, and like I know a lot of people didn't like that either. But some people just
I'd rather watch Kenny Omega not in the hardcore stuff.
That's fair. I mean, he also had the street fight, which is really fun.
Yeah, but that's like once in a while that's okay, but it's just like on match.
But that's a very DDT thing too. That match.
Yeah.
Which he did a lot of.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for the AEW category. This is more like miscellaneous ones. Villain Enterprises or British Strong Style?
British Strong Style.
Yeah, British Strong Style.
Yeah, British Strong Style for me. This should be in the WWE category, but I have an other for some reason. Velveteen Dream is North American Champion or Adam Cole is North American Champion?
Adam Cole.
Dream, actually. I think he's actually been the best North American Champion. I actually do think that.
No, you're wrong.
I can't support him anymore.
Eli Drake promos or Matt Riddle promos?
Matt Riddle. All day.
Matt Riddle, because I haven't heard enough Eli Drake promos.
Eli Drake for me. Just watch it do my power. It's so good. Stipulation matches, TLC or Hell in a Cell?
TLC. I don't like matches where they're just stuck in a cage. And yeah, the only really interesting thing that can happen in Hell in a Cell cages is...
I thought you said Count from Hell.
Yeah.
God.
Hell in a Cell matches was they go off the side of the cell or they go through the cell.
Yeah, that's what happened to Mick Foley, and he still fucking did it. Where it's like, oh, he hit him with a sledgehammer. It's on the match, and I'm like, no. But yeah, I'm gonna say TLC. Because what happened to Hell in a Cell in like the past 10 years is just sad.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, Hell in a Cell used to be the best stipulation ever, and now it's just like,
oh, it's October.
It's just garbage. It's yeah. Let's make it red and let's.
That was dumb. The red cell's so weird.
Let's make disqualifications. Like imagine
I forgot about that.
It's Hell in a Cell. It's anything goes. Why is this match ending in no contest? Because they can't get up. They can get up.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying TLC.
I forgot about that.
But like TLC, we've had like the women's TLC from 2018, which is really good. With TLC 1 and 2, like Edge and Cena in TLC was great. There's like so many good ones even from recent memory.
Yeah.
And WeLC, that was good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Back to wrestlers, EC3 or MJF?
MJF.
Let's talk about. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna say MJF too. And then last one is a championship one: the Impact World Championship or the ROH World Championship.
ROH.
I'm gonna say Impact because I just know Impact better than ROH. And I'm gonna say it before they made a woman champion.
Yeah.
Because she's not really on TV anyway. That's what I do for this or that. We'll probably see this again, maybe next time. We might do a different game next time, but we'll see. I think that was a really fun one. Plus, I'll actually remember what I did next time I do this, so I don't have any repeats. We're going to take a quick sponsor break. Today's episode of the Shoot Style Sauna is sponsored by Steam Dream itself. So there's an elephant in the room, and that is Tim. There's a reason for this. Tim had an announcement.
There's an elephant not in the room.
Oh, god damn it, guys. I was hoping I wouldn't get something like that. The announcement that Tim left in his notes for us that he is going to be taking a hiatus throughout all of July, so he will not be on the show until probably August from then, because he is moving to Chicago with Scott, who, friend of the channel will say at this point, former predictions champion. Yeah, so he is going to be starting up Steam Dream Productions. This is going to be his individual brand / channel. We might know of the YouTube channel that's affiliated with this channel because this is what it came from. It's kind of like a sister channel. It started as, now it's kind of becoming more of its own thing. He also has a Twitch channel called The Steam Dream, so twitch.tv/The Steam Dream, where he'll be doing gaming streams, short films, and a D&D show. And he'll also be working on merchandise for his own side. This SSS channel will have its own merch store, courtesy of him, and my own Twitch channel, which I'm not going to plug now. So yeah, again, it's going to be twitch.tv/The Steam Dream, all one word, no underscores or anything. YouTube, we already know that. That's the Steam Dream channel that already exists. And we will see Tim again on this show in August. You might see him on the videos, but not on this podcast until he's all settled in Chicago. But yeah, as the sponsor, and we're going to head over to our last segment of today, which is the Sauna Seat with Eric. We did allude to this at the start of the show, Eric. We were talking about the direction of the women's division on Raw, considering the absence of Becky Lynch causing kind of like a less attention, I think, has been given. And I think Asuka has not been booked great since then. But there is the whole rumor that Charlotte Flair herself is going to be getting a big push in the absence of Becky Lynch, and it seems like you have some stuff to talk about.
It's another Charlotte push. Like, literally, what else can she do? She's done everything.
My only guess is tag belts, but her tag team partner is on maternity leave.
And
deserve it.
But it's I'm getting sick of seeing Charlotte in the main event all the time. We have all these great women wrestlers who are not being used at all. Who are just
name someone Raw for me.
Shayna Baszler, Bianca Belair are right there.
Yeah, I think isn't there a reason like Bianca hasn't been there? I heard like there was a rumor around it, but like we haven't seen her in a while. And I said it a while ago. I don't think Shayna's going to work on the main roster because like I don't think there's a reason to care. Like I don't think her style translates that well. Like I get like the old school style wrestling can be good, but like you need people to care, and I don't think she's very charismatic compared to like the rest of the roster. Like she could wrestle for sure. It's just a matter of like how are people going to care. Bianca, I kind of see the opposite. She is very charismatic, and she does have the character for it, and I'm waiting for them to use her more, but maybe she's taking time off for health reasons. We don't know. I'll read about the rumor that I heard about it, but it just came out today. I didn't read about it before, but yeah, Bianca, I think, is one that could definitely use a push. When it will happen, hopefully this summer. Depends on when she shows up again. Because, like, she was made to be a big deal. She debuted at Mania. She was paired with the Street Profits, I think was a great move because, like, she's married to Montez and they hit off each other really well on TV. And, she had a good start. We just haven't seen her since then. And, like, the rest of Raw, it feels... I was talking to a friend about this on Twitter, and we just feel like the title is not seen nearly as important anymore since Becky gave it away to Asuka, because it's like, well, our face of the company is gone. Let's focus on somebody else now. And it's like, but, like, that title was meant to mean so much. Like, Becky put like a year into that title, making it feel important. Now she's gone. It's like, all right, we don't care anymore. It's like, what the fuck? I bet she's pissed off at what happened at Backlash, considering what that title used to be. I don't know what you guys feel, because probably. like literally some of Becky's last words were like, Asuka, you're the best wrestler in the world, and it's like, yeah, we can all agree on that. She's genuinely one of the best. And now it's kind of like, oh, she can't even beat Nia Jax, and I'm like, come on, guys. Like,
well, she did beat Nia Jax on Raw.
But they're making it controversial because, like, oh, did the referee fast count? And I'm like, oh, come on, man. Can we just move on?
Yeah. But it's also like they were kind of thrown in this situation. It wasn't like this was all planned.
No, that's also fair. Like this kind of it's like, oh shit, she's pregnant. We gotta do something now. It does feel a bit rough. Go ahead.
I think there's a couple things they could have done for this. Like they could have done a tournament. But I think since the IC title was happening, they're like, oh, that's too many tournaments.
Yeah. Plus, there's a TNT happening at the time too, and the cruiserweight one.
And then it's like, oh, but Asuka just won the Money in the Bank. Why can't we just like surprise Asuka and be like, oh, you actually won the women's?
Which I thought was I like that. I kind of like how unique that was. It was very well done.
Moment and everything.
I think if we did the shooty sit, that'd be my moment of the year.
Okay.
That or McIntyre winning. It was one of those two.
Okay.
Or I guess Naito, but I don't know. That might be the next episode. We do a mid-year shooties. Actually, we'll see. Yeah. If you, my take on it is, Charlotte Flair to me is I genuinely think she's one of the best athletes they have. Is she the best complete package they have? I don't think so. Because I think she's not as strong on the mic as, like, even the other horsewomen. I think she's one of the weakest ones on the mic. Compared to, like, at least the horsewomen. But across other women, yeah, because, like... But, like, she is someone who is reliable. Like, you trust her out there to go have a good match with Rhea, with Asuka, at TakeOver with Rhea and Io. Like, she always delivers. And, like, sure, she might piss you off of her booking, but that's not her. That's the people behind it. No, it's absolutely. Not her fault. So,
no.
And it's also like without like your top star of the division here anymore, it's like, well, who else are we gonna pass it to? Her best friend. And that's kind of like, I understand why, but it's just gonna rub people the wrong way though, and people won't be happy. Like, you know, you made a good point of Eric. It's like, well, do we really need to see this? But it's like, what else? What else is she gonna do? She can't go for the tag belts because her best friend's not here anymore. But and it's like you could do like. Go ahead.
Be like her 9th or 10th women's
13.
championship?
13th.
Starting at 13.
Yep. Last one. I think it's gonna be 13. So because she's won NXT twice. I think Raw is 5, so that's 8.
Yeah.
SmackDown is 4, and Divas Championship, because that is an individual one too.
Oh, I forgot she was a Divas champion.
She was the last one because she beat Nikki.
That.
Yeah, because she beat Nikki for it after Nikki had that long reign, and then that got retired. That's what happened there. So yeah, she's catching up to her dad. So yeah.
Wait, hold up. So there's 4 Raw women's titles.
It's 4 or 5 because like her and Sasha did hot potato that belt for a long time.
I honestly think that they could do something with her, but just not put her in the main title picture. I think they should put someone else for the main title.
That's why Asuka is there, I think. But like with the change to Pritchard coming for the Raw direction, and guys. I don't know if you guys know, on Monday, it's Charlotte versus Asuka for the title. They announced that yesterday.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no.
It was announced yesterday that Asuka's taking the title against Charlotte on Raw.
Oh, no.
So we might get a repeat of SmackDown in 2019. I generally don't know. And it's tough to say. Maybe Nia might get involved and they might save for a pay-per-view, but that would be a triple threat match. Because like, they're going to...
I wouldn't mind Charlotte and Asuka going and having a feud for a while, but I don't think Asuka should lose.
I think at some point Asuka just needs to beat her.
Yeah, I think that Charlotte should put her over.
Yes, but like she can't make that decision, unfortunately. She doesn't book herself. I'm sure she would want that too.
Yeah.
But like, you know, she's not the one that does that, unfortunately. I just feel bad for her too, because it's like there was that time for like the past month where she was on every show, which didn't make any sense because she was the NXT Women's Champion. Yeah. And there was the point that someone made that I can agree with. It's like, Bayley and Sasha did more for NXT on Wednesday than Charlotte ever did.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know how you guys feel about that, because like they made Tegan and Shotzi look like $1 million, and they even like made it competitive. Even though they won, they still look good. And then Io came out and beat them both up. It's like, okay, that puts NXT on a bigger map. Where Charlotte's just like, all right, I'm better than all of you. Came in, I beat you. Now I'm going to lose even though I didn't get pinned to TakeOver. And I'm like... I don't know. Like, it's tricky. Like, who else do we have on Raw? Liv Morgan hasn't been seen in a while.
We got Liv Morgan, we got Natalya, we got
who cares about Natalya?
Ruby Riott.
Hey, Ruby. We haven't seen her in a while either. Shayna has been seen since Money in the Bank, I think. I think?
Yeah.
Because she beat Natty.
We got Lana.
we don't want to see any more of Lana.
Yeah, no. Well, they're teasing like Natalya and Lana as a tag team, and I'm like, no.
No. We got Bianca, we got the Iconics.
Who they're a tag team.
Zelina Vega, which I would like to see.
She's good. She's good.
I haven't seen her wrestle.
She doesn't do it often, but when she does, she's pretty good. She doesn't do it a lot, but...
Yeah, we got Shayna, and then we also have... Who was it? Kairi.
Oh, yeah, Kairi. She's been, like, on and on. Oh, because Nia keeps hurting her. Feels bad, man.
They need to do something with Kairi soon.
They should... Well, no, she is a face again. She's not a pirate anymore. Like, the thing about Kairi, for me, is that she is great. I do think she's very good. It just sucks because, like, I feel like she didn't form a connection with the main crowds in her first year. I'd say more towards the end she had more going on, but still, like, it didn't reach, because she was a heel then, so it didn't really get to reach the heights as it did in NXT. But now that she's a face again, there's no crowds, and it's like, oh shit. Because I feel like if you give her a crowd and like a babyface run, she could form a connection like she did in NXT, and like have like some good moments. But it's tough right now because there's no actual crowd, and she's not a pirate, so it's like, what's her character? She's Asuka's friend, and I'm like, but make her a pirate. They changed her theme song too. Her theme song's not the pirate one anymore. It's just a Kabuki Warrior song. I'm like, oh, okay. Which is fine, but, you know, I'd like the pirate more.
I hate when they do that. I hate when they take someone's individual theme song and then just change it to the tag team song for
that happens a lot. Who else? That's happened to...
Dumb.
Yeah, I don't like it. Plus, like I liked their theme song. Plus, she had a character. Now I don't know what her character is. Like Asuka, Asuka's just like really energetic. Like she's just so entertaining to watch. Asuka is Asuka. She's just really entertaining too. But
can we see someone come over from SmackDown? Because I'm looking at the SmackDown roster.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's a rumor too that Ziggler's getting traded to Raw because there's that trade for AJ. They could bring a woman over.
Because there's a lot more women on the SmackDown roster than there is the Raw roster.
Yeah, especially since like Raw has had the shitty end because like they're losing people.
Yeah.
SmackDown. Let's see. We got Carmella. We got Sonya. We got Mandy. We got Lacey Evans. Bliss. Nikki.
Carmella. Dana. Ember Moon is injured.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing Alexa get another.
Lacey, Mandy, Mickie James.
Is she injured
Naomi.
Though? Oh yeah, Mickie James still around, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's a commentator. She does main event commentary of all things.
Naomi, we got Nikki Cross, Sasha.
Sasha's busy with Bailey.
Oh, and Tamina.
Who got we all saw what happened with Tamina. Nobody's meaner than Tamina. If I had to move somebody over from SmackDown to Raw, let's see, want Asuka, or if it's a heel Charlotte, do they do Sonya, make her more of a tweener? Do I feel like they should keep her on SmackDown because they do need some heels on SmackDown. Yeah. Or do we go to NXT and pull somebody out of there? I don't know who though.
Let me see.
I mean, there's a rumor that Sonya might become the new Batwoman.
She wants to be an actor, right?
Yeah.
Which might be cool. I don't know. I mean, given how everything is right now, I'd definitely be interested. I do think Sonya is probably like being like the next woman to get a big push, considering how well she's been received lately. But I think it should be on SmackDown and not Raw. I think she should stay where she is.
She has more going on over on SmackDown.
Yeah, I agree. Though, like Ziggler going to Raw might fuck with some things, but she doesn't really need him. She was more of her own star.
Looking at the NXT roster, what about Mercedes Martinez?
Yeah, they teased her this week. They teased her on NXT this week, but like she's so accomplished that she might not even need like too much time there.
Yeah,
like you could put her on Raw and have her feud with either one. I think she could do both face or heel pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you could do that because like NXT UK, I would say Kaylee Ray, but like she is busy being stuck in Scotland, so she can't be over there. Is
Storm doing anything on?
Pretty sure she's at home in either Australia or New Zealand. I forget where she is. I forget where she's from.
Who? Toni Storm?
Yeah, yep. She's definitely
with her boyfriend, Juice Robinson.
That is true. That's a thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who else. NXT, yeah, UK. You can't do anybody because everyone's over there. Everyone's at home.
Yeah.
NXT US. They're using just about everybody on NXT US though, because like you have Blackheart and Nox are a tag team. And they're very and Blackheart's still very new. Nox, I think they should keep her there. Dakota Kai's probably gonna feud with Io. Chelsea Green, I heard is moving up for some reason. I don't know about that.
Candice is busy with Mia.
Candice is feuding with Mia. Mia Yim's kind of like the Natalya of the division. She's just a pair of good hands. I know Tim doesn't like Mia Yim, but still, I think she's good for what she is. She won't be like a champion. She won't be a champion, but she's just a pair of good hands. She's like I said, she's the next Natalya.
We got Rhea doing it right now.
Yeah. Ooh, wait. That might be something. They might do her and Io 1-on-1 though, depending on what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But if not, I can see her. Would she go to Raw or SmackDown?
I
kind of want to say
Raw.
Raw, would she be a face or a heel? Because she can do both. If we could start her as a face, then she could turn heel.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
because she is better. She is better as a heel, in my opinion. But she is still a very good babyface. But she's more of like her own character lately because she is very aggressive. Like either way, so she's kind of her character at the end. Yeah. But yeah, like if I had to build the next star on Raw with the current roster, I'd probably say Bianca. Or give Kairi her pirate character back and try building Kairi, but it's hard with no crowds.
Yeah. I'd say give it to Bianca, honestly.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know why she has been absent.
She got called up, and then they did nothing with her,
which sucks. But like, there might be a reason to why she hasn't been around, because who knows with these current events. But still, I think it just about does it from my end for this segment.
I'm just hoping they're not giving her the Sandy treatment, and I will be pissed if that's the thing they're doing.
We'll see. Eric, anything else?
It's just interesting what they're gonna do. I think they're just calling an audible and having Charlotte Flair come up for the Raw title.
Because I feel like if Becky wasn't pregnant, would you think she'd still be NXT champion?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, they might have had her win a takeover and then had to do a one-on-one match with Io. That's where I think Charlotte would have lost. But now it's like, well, we gotta do something. It would have been tough. I think Becky dodged the bullet by not having to fight Nia, but still.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll see. That's just about it from my end. So that's our last segment for today. So hope everyone watching had a good time. Hope you guys had a fun time too. Next time we're going to be here right before 4th of July weekend, actually. So we will have seen the first half of Fyter Fest, so expect predictions of that to come out before Fyter Fest. And we'll probably recapping Night 1, and we'll be getting ready for Night 2. And we might do like a mid-year shooties. I'll talk to you, Tim, see what he thinks of that idea, and then run by what you guys think, and we'll probably do something for that. We'll stay in touch for other content ideas. Be sure to check out the YouTube for any new content we're doing immediately right away. Expect the review of Fyter Fest Night 1 will probably be up the next time we sit down, or be at least in editing. And we'll also have probably some other stuff. We might have a review or some new content. I'm not going to drop what it is exactly, but wait to see on that. But other than that, guys, anything to plug before we go offline?
Follow me on Twitch at Impulse753. That is an N, not an M. I know a lot of people get that confused sometimes. I am going to be streaming on Tuesday. I'm going to be streaming Battle for Bikini Bottom because it's coming out that day. So I'm going to be streaming that most of the day. So if you want to come see that, feel free.
Mm-hmm. Is that all?
Yeah. You can,
okay.
Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like this video, subscribe to our channel. Let's grow this together.
Yeah, let's keep on growing. First, following what Eric said, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the Shoot Style Sauna, which is starting to grow. About to reach 20 subscribers, and our last video is about to break, I think, like 30 views on the Backlash review. And that's when stuff is really climbing up there. Our New Japan Bracketology, I think, is at 50 views now in like a couple days. Which is that went quick. It was like it spiked in like one day. I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. More stuff to come. A lot of stuff to talk about in post-editing and post-recording for us. But yeah, next time we will see you right before 4th of July. So, everyone, enjoy the weekend. Thank you all for watching, and stay well.
Lars Sullivan to gay porn.
Let's say, and David Starr is an asshole.